Welcome back to Retro Wednesday, the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I haven't made a video like this. It's kind of a tribute to a big-time G.I. Joe YouTuber that he's HCC788, or Hood Cobra Commander 788, and this guy has done a really great job setting out on a mission, a 10-year mission, to review everything G.I. Joe from 1982 to 1994. If you search for any reviews on YouTube for vintage G.I. Joe, most of the time you're going to find that his is one of the top videos out there. Most informative and entertaining at the same time. And I really enjoyed watching his videos. He did help me out in 2020 when I was recollecting that stuff. Sadly, he's putting down the camera and he's retiring from YouTube. But all of his great content is still going to be up for everybody to enjoy. So today, let's talk about Hood Cobra Commander HCC788, and let's have a tribute to all the great work he's done coming up. So before we get into all this, when I got to looking for some pictures and screen grabs for this video for HCC788, I come across one of his videos that was a tribute to ForBX. ForBX 257 is another great G.I. Joe YouTuber. And as I was researching a lot of stuff when I got back into collecting, this is another guy that did a great job with these videos, and I enjoyed all of his videos. These two guys have much different styles. They're not the same. They're not identical channels, but yet they still review the same stuff, and they're both great content reviewers. Evidently, this guy, ForBX, has retired or stopped making videos 2 to 3 years ago. I didn't know that because I don't actively search vintage G.I. Joe stuff, but hey, he's a great one too, and he's missed also. So the first thing I want to say that I enjoy about his videos is that he is very detail oriented, does a lot of research, but the research that I like is that he finds the vehicles, the original military vehicles that these vehicles either were based on or could have been based on, which is awesome. And AW Striker being one of my favorite vehicles, I had a lot of fun seeing this and watching that video, of course. Some of the other vehicles are pretty easy to identify which vehicle it came from, but it's still fun to see, get the facts, and get his ideas. If he doesn't know what vehicle or could not find one that matched, he'll even identify it, but at least knowing that he gave it a shot is pretty awesome. But my favorite of all is, of course, the whale. The G.I. Joe whale was my favorite and still is my favorite vehicle. And to see that he found something that it could have been based on or probably was based on is still a whole lot of fun to see. Now, I kind of think that as much as I like the whale, the hovercraft, I think he likes it a little bit more. He might like it a little bit more than I do, or maybe he likes it way more than I do. And here's the thing, he had some fun and funny little skits that he put in his videos. So if you go out and set out looking for vintage G.I. Joe reviews, HCC788 will never disappoint. I remember when I was going through my Dreadnought phase, and I would say it's a phase, it's not really a phase, I wanted to have a complete set of Dreadnoughts. I don't have every G.I. Joe figure complete, and even a lot of the main characters I don't have complete, but I've got all my Dreadnoughts complete. And I had a lot of fun watching his videos about Dreadnoughts. And it's also cool because he would bring everything out and show everything together, and it made a very cohesive looking team. I like that. I like that kind of stuff that he does with his videos, and it's, to me, in my mind, what I want to see. He's already thought about it. He put it in there. Truthfully, I don't truthfully remember how an Ewok was brought into this, but somehow he brought an Ewok into this situation. That's the kind of fun, quirky fun that you put into this. And as much fun and quirkiness that he throws into it, I feel like his reviews are extremely serious. So one of the reasons that I subbed to him and I watched every video he put out, even though he was talking about stuff I didn't care about sometimes, it was that I didn't know it existed. I didn't know this thing was even a thing until he put a review up and I watched it. And this is the the 1982 Cobra Missile Command HQ Sears exclusive that I didn't even know about, because I'm not a huge vintage G.I. Joe fan. I might even be considered a G.I. Joe tourist when it comes to vintage G.I. Joe. But his insight into this, and also pointing out that they made a reissue of it with modern figures, that's kind of cool, and that's interesting. All of the information and the ability to see both side by side, that's awesome. Not only did he make reviews, but he did a lot of collaborations with great YouTubers that are still making videos today, and it'll be remembered. I like to hear the interaction between him and other people, because obviously he made great videos. Obviously he's got a lot of passion for G.I. Joe and vintage G.I. Joe. So to hear two people that have great passion for this, but collect maybe in different ways. One collected back then, one's collecting now. Actually, these guys both collected back then. But I liked hearing the interactions between him and other people on his channel, and that was a whole lot of fun. Something different that he started doing that, yeah, still a whole lot of fun, and those are all still up to watch. I also like the fact that he will take on serious topics, such as Zartan and his schizophrenia, if that was his mental illness, and he'll take it on and hit it right in the head. And instead of, like he said in his video, instead of tapping around it or just trying to ignore it, let's talk about it directly and let's address it. And that's the kind of attitude, those kinds of things that he does that I think was really great. One of the reasons that I think that I will miss him the most is to take a YouTuber such as him, or a collector such as him, that has been collecting for a long time and is deep into G.I. Joe, which I'm not. I've got like a toe in it and a toe out of it, but he's deep into it. But to get his take on the modern stuff, see, I think that is another thing that I really enjoyed. And when he started picking up some G.I. Joe Classified, hearing him talk about it, I really enjoyed it. Now, he wasn't deep into Classified. He got a few figures, did some reviews and stuff, but I really thought it was cool to hear his take on it. Even if he wasn't going to buy it, he would see what would come up and talk about it. So that's some good stuff that I look forward to hearing his opinion on all of these new reveals, all of the new figures, and sadly we're not going to get that anymore. But again, I don't know why my screenshots look like this, but hey, that's just the way it is. He did talk about a lot of stuff that I either didn't know about, what didn't care about, and honestly, I wasn't sold on everything. So looking at this Warthog that he reviewed, it's really cool, but I had no interest in buying one. After I watched his review, I was like, yeah, that's a cool vehicle. I like it. Those of you who want it will be buying it, but for me, yeah, I'm not interested. Now we got to get into why is he quitting the game. Now I'm not going to talk about his personal stuff because that's up to him to talk about. He's talked about it on his channel. I'm not going to talk about that. But the thing is that we've all had a rough past few years, and with that, it makes you rethink and reevaluate what's important in life. And after 10 years of making amazing videos, doing a great job, and he's left a mark that's going to be here forever on YouTube. And with that, he's moving on to other things, bigger and better things. And moving on from this because, well, there's one reason that he doesn't want to make videos anymore, and I understand that, is that he's kind of lost the passion for it. And he said he could just keep making videos that would be soulless and heartless and just make videos to make videos. But I really understand. If you're in this space making these videos, you're not doing it for the money, first off. I mean, the $1.25 an hour of your work, hard work putting into a video isn't worth it. If you're not passionate about this and excited about the toys and maybe collecting more for the collecting or just enjoying the toys themselves, then you are not going to be doing very well in this space, because this is one of the lowest paying spaces in YouTube. You know, fitness and finance and other sectors actually pay more, and more people are interested in that. But this sector is not really for the money. We're not doing it for the money. He doesn't do it for the money. The thing is, it's for the passion. It's for the love and joy of collecting, of the hobby. And after 10 years, I could see getting tired of making these videos. Also, when other priorities pop up in life, then you want to address those and move into a different area. Now, he's still going to be going to one last JoeCon and saying his goodbyes to people in person, which is great and a whole lot of fun. But with all this, people losing excitement and passion for collecting, all of this is starting to be a much larger trend. And it's a trend, it's hard to gauge it in the vintage, but it's relatively easy to gauge it in the modern. ForBX and HCC aren't the only ones that have decided to stop collecting or slow down collecting. Now, when you see this, there's the action figure and accessory category has dropped 13% last year, and it was on a steady rise. Now it's dropping, and it'll be interesting to see how much it drops in 2024, which is probably like a rock sinking to the bottom of the ocean. But that's just the trend and the direction that things are going right now. A lot of people are jumping ship, quitting collecting, reprioritizing their lives. It's not something new. I've seen the writing on the wall for this since late 22. It started, and it started big time, but really big in 2023. But right now I see it more than ever. And I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm just saying that some people will be sorely missed. So goodbye to Hooded Cobra Commander, but thanks for all the great content. It's always going to be there on YouTube, and I'm curious what you guys think about this. Have you heard about this? And if so, swing on by his channel. I have a link down below, and wish him all the good luck in life. And hopefully he comes back. I want to hear what all he sold, what all he's kept, and a follow-up video. Maybe he'll do it, maybe he won't. But let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Pet Dream Hanger out.
Everybody, Hooded Cobra Commander 788 here, and this is a video that I hope will be a service to the G.I. Joe collecting community. Until you have the deck plates on, so I really think you should put the deck plates on first. Putting on the deck plates is probably the most fun because it's when the ship really starts to take shape. These spaces in the grooves on the underside of the deck plate will line up with the edge of the bow hull. Those are going to line up with the holes on the support pieces. It may take a little work to get those lined up, but be patient and take your time. Now we have to put on the midship deck plate. You're ready to connect all of these pieces together. You will attach the deck plates to the body of the ship with these deck clips. These clips are small, they're easily lost, and there are 16 of them. Now you might get... And capping the whole thing off is this superstructure top. And it does have a few tabs on it for you to precisely line that up. At this point, we have assembled all the large pieces of the playset. No, I haven't forgotten about it. It's the infamous fantail railing, which just fits in right there.